We have a group from Ukraine, and our sister has asked us, as we all know, there's so much violence and misery and fighting going on there. And what can we do? What can we do in our country? Maybe we're making the wrong decisions. How do we help our country at a time like this? Throughout the world, at so many different times in so many different places, we see violence and bloodshed in the name of religion, in the name of culture, in the name of artificial boundaries between you and us, you and me. We draw these distinctions. You are different from me. You're a different religion. You speak a different language. You're a different culture. You come from a different side of this line. And then we fight. But the greatest tragedy of it is that when we really dissect it, what you find is that even though we are fighting in the name of religion, or we're fighting in the name of culture, really what we're fighting over is land, power, resources, money. And what happens in almost every case is a very small number of people who have a vested interest, an agenda in land, in power, in money, provoke other people of their same religion, of their language, of their culture, to fight. But they don't say, you should fight and die because I want that land, or I want these resources, or I want this power. What they do is they provoke people to fight because God wants you to. Or they provoke people to fight by saying, these people, these others, are stealing from us. And they create this sense of separation. Us and them. You and me. And they draw these lines very, very thick. And what we as the people need to do is refuse to become pawns in the hands of these people. Because what most people want is peace. We want our children to be able to go outside and play in the street. We want our children to be able to go to school without being afraid. We want to be able to go to the grocery store, to the restaurant, to the cafe, without being worried that someone is going to blow themselves up. This is what most people want. But these few people in power incite us, provoke us, brainwash us into fighting in the name of something completely different. We think we're fighting for peace, but of course you can't fight for peace. You can't swim to get dry. Right? They don't go together. You can't take off all your clothes to get warm. or walk east to go west. But that's what they're trying to convince us. Because they have that agenda. And as people, what we need to do is stay conscious and stay focused and stay aware. And not let ourselves get brainwashed by propaganda, by advertisements, by commercials that tell us over and over again how the other people are the enemy. Because they also want the exact same thing we want. If you interview people on both sides of the line, they both want the exact same thing. They want to live in peace. They want their children to be able to play in the street, to be able to go to school. And as the people, it's our duty to think for ourselves and not to let someone else with a totally different agenda think for us. Not to let someone else convince us to give our own lives or to take someone else's life, just so they can have more land, more power, more money, and more resources. We must keep thinking for ourselves. And we must keep asking ourselves whether what we are doing is in line with peace, is in line with love, or whether what we're doing is in line with violence. And we must have the courage to act for peace and to act for love. Okay? Yes. And we will also, Puja Swamiji was saying, we will also have a special blessing for you all when you leave from here this evening.